We are proud to introduce Xscapers, a new support network for Escapees RV Club that will meet the needs and provide resources for the new generation of RVers. We are excited to bring this new RV lifestyle group into the Escapees circle and truly make Escapees RV Club a support network for all RVers.
Staying on the path that I've chosen, straight up, come my way and I'll see you at the top. 'Cause something's gonna happen in this story, and I can feel it coming, like the rising of the sun. The stream.
How many years?
5 years ago?
Yeah. If not a little more since we've talked about it.
6 years ago since
yeah.
we came up with the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
And here we are at like the coolest RV event ever.
Yes, this is the Xscapers Annual Bash 2020 inside the big ass tent, which is a new thing here. And I have to say, this is probably the most epic event, party event at least, in the RV industry probably ever. This is amazing. This is, it's been 8 days nonstop so far.
Pretty much.
Two more to go.
Yeah, 2 more to go. But we're all going to be so sad when it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, 2014 we met you guys at Escapade in Goshen, Indiana. So you remember where it's at?
Yes,
Not Tucson.
Tucson, Goshen.
Tucson's where we launched. See,
Yeah.
that's where I messed up.
Yeah. And you guys were not yet president and vice president. You were vice president, though.
No,
you were nothing.
You guys were in line.
You were nobody.
Yeah, I was
we were
just
basically
rolling around in an RV, working at campgrounds.
You're just the kid that everyone changed who changed your bike.
Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of grandparents there, yes.
Yeah. And they knew that they were in line after your parents retired to take over the club.
Yeah.
And they knew they needed to do something to tap into the younger energy coming into RVing and bring the club back to its roots.
Yeah, not only knew we were in it for the long haul, but we had grown pretty attached to the lifestyle through RVing on our own as part-timers. We took our 1-year-old son out on the road and had struggled to meet people our age with our like-mindedness.
Yeah, it was too often that we're finding, that we would meet people like us with the same mindset or the same, path in the RV life. And we were like, hey, have you ever heard of Escapees or this and that? And they would, say, oh, isn't that a club for retirees? And
Or where you get your mail for if you need Texas.
Yeah, right. And so it became very limited on what people perceived Escapees as, and that's not who we've been. That's not the history of the organization. So
we knew we needed something, and then
We had
you guys.
We had margaritas and met these guys.
Yeah.
And we had been running our Camp Nomadic at Burning Man. We had been doing little convergences and meeting up with people on the road, and we knew that the hunger was there in this community for more.
Right.
And especially with the resources that Escapees already had a solid foundation in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who would have thought that the hunger was this big?
Yeah, I know. So what would, if we could all think back, what we set like some goals, like maybe if we got how many thousand members were we shooting for?
A couple of thousand in 5 years. It was nothing,
Would never imagined.
And how many Xscapers would you estimate there are right now?
There's about 12,000 Xscapers in the club.
Holy crap.
Individuals, yeah. So it's blown
17%?
up.
17% of the overall organization.
That
is huge.
Yeah.
That is a huge transformation of the
team.
Right? Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
The dream came true, and our RV life has improved for it, and this whole thing is
thousands of people's lives have improved for it.
And
Yeah.
just the stories that we hear around here at this event. There's 400 RVs here? About 800-ish people and over 100 kids here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is amazing.
And so many activities that it is just insane. Particularly every single night, I think it is going off the hook until after midnight, and then you do it again the next night, and the next night.
It's really weird, prepping for these events, especially after last year when it turned into Lake Havasu and we really went big. We didn't really know what to expect and how it's going to be, and I don't think anybody still to this day, unless you've been, it's really hard to kind of explain what happens here and community culture and all the...
An annual bash is a different animal than the other Xscapers events. So most of the convergences, as we
designed
them, we wanted to accommodate the working RVer. So At a typical event, you'll go.
Not as busy and crazy.
Yeah, you won't start until the afternoon, later in the day. But here it's just non-stop all day. But it's so much fun.
That's the difference between a bash and a convergence, and the bash is off the hook. I mean, this is something I haven't experienced since Burning Man. I mean, this is a pretty amazing
It's a big
event.
family reunion,
Yeah.
and a way to bring people into the family.
Yes.
I think it was you that said the other night, or somebody that said this is an annual celebration.
Oh,
I think that's a great way to explain this. It's, everybody knows, like, if I come to Annual Bash, I'm going to reconnect with those people that I haven't seen in the past year.
Right.
And that's really cool to see. So,
Mm-hmm.
just like us, look, it brought us back together
I know.
again.
Yeah.
So I mean, we helped you guys for the year building up to this, and then we launched it at Tucson in 2015, coming up on the 5-year birthday here.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did a couple of the first convergences. We did this renegade thing, taking people out to the desert, and that exploded
testing,
into the annual bash.
Yeah, so we've been off on our boat and away from all of this and out on the East Coast primarily, so we haven't seen this other than on social media. We didn't know what we were getting into coming back into this part of it. Would it be cliquish? Would it be
too partyish?
Would it be too big for us? And it felt like coming home. This is magic.
It's amazing. And it's been so much better having you guys here with us because y'all have been so missed.
I know there's a lot of people that are like, look, Chris, you're back. And it's been really cool to have some OGs, you know, and not even OGs, catalysts, and you know, part of the original story and concept is really cool. For everybody.
And it's so wonderful to see what you guys have done with it, and listening to the community that emerged around it and building it with their ideas too.
Yeah,
it's been fun. You know, we wrote an article not too long ago about, you know, we looked about, you know, kind of what's happening in the club and where we're going, and some of it, you know, we looked at our business plan, you know, our formal business plan, which we were amateurs at, by the way. We had Sean review it, our CEO, and all these things, and now our CEO, and you know, we hit a lot of those check boxes. We hit them all, but we left a lot of room for growth, and I think definitely the community is really what's responsible for this. They've taken everything and they've added their own spirit to it and made these small activities actually work.
And that was the thing we talked about was, you know, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like or if it's even going to take off. And then I think collectively listening to the input and the feedback from members and just doing something different, making it a unique opportunity for people out there.
And let it become what people want.
Exactly.
And through that, you have brought in some amazing people who were originally called to this. JP, the convergence
the best hire ever.
He's a rock star. He is absolutely a rock star.
He went out there on that first desert
he was
courtside excursion,
just as a
helped us
member.
found that little thing, and now he's running these things.
Yes,
We need to clone him, but
I know, we need a couple of JPs.
So if you're another JP,
we want to run these things. And then Brandon and Corinza.
Another amazing hire.
You know, and
other
when
OGs.
When we first introduced the concept to them, they were so skeptical. And then we met them all at Austin right after we launched Xscapers, and they've been on board ever since.
And they're not only their loyalty behind the scenes too is really cool. And just the fact that they're in the community and believe in it is really what makes it all work.
That's why they're able to make everything so special on the marketing side, because they understand the message of Escapees and Xscapers and how to portray that to people.
But even beyond that, they're just multi-talented. Like they do so much more than just marketing in this organization. I mean,
Tiki
they're
bars.
all over the
Tiki
place.
bars.
Tiki bars and creating
My
this
personal bartender.
Exactly.
Wiring
That's,
that
I mean, that's Brandon right there. So.
Yes, it's amazing.
So you said when we laid out the original vision and those documents that we went back and forth on in those initial days, you said you think most of the check boxes have been checked.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the just bringing people together, kind of creating this movement within the RVing community and having a place to call home. That was like the biggest checkbox there was just creating that, and that was the big goal.
But
and
there was a lot of things that came to life, like we were talking about. We've always had education through Escapees, and we have our successful boot camp that's in person. And we were like, well, obviously, with all the tools and technology that's out there, we should bring our own education online. So we've got the RVers Online University that's come since that. And while they're not necessarily Xscaper specific, Xscapers has been like
an inspiration
to the club overall with all the change.
And same with the job board and other things, too. But
and I think the Xscapers and a lot of the ideas from that also have inspired the overall Escapees with the hangout side of things.
Yeah.
It's like it's just reinvigorated the club from top to bottom.
I agree. And you'll find articles now that are from this younger community or whatever it is, and they're contributing now. Back in the organization, the education's getting shared from that mindset and that lifestyle.
And it's amazing. And you now have Xscapers articles right alongside in the Escapees magazine.
Exactly.
And it's a constant struggle though, because we didn't put firm boundaries.
People
on
don't know what they are.
We didn't put firm boundaries. It's not like it's an age thing.
No,
And
right.
That's the hardest part too. Is like I think it's gotten better over time as we've grown the events and kind of shown people you can come out if you're interested in it and get to know what it's about. Because it's really there's no age limit. It's a mindset, which is something that is very near and dear to us. That you don't have to be young, you don't have to be working, but while our resources are catered to that, it's all about connecting with people who share the same, want to share the same experience as you.
I mean, that's why we say, cater to the working age. There's no definition of what working age is or purpose.
And that's why we picked working age, not the working RVer.
Yes.
Right.
Working age.
Right.
And that's self-defining, and that's really what this group is. It is generally is a younger audience than you find at most rallies, but there's also every other age here too.
There's a ton of diversity of ages here too, which has been great.
Yes. What's on the game plan for it?
Next. Oh goodness.
So I think the biggest thing on the game plan is obviously growing the community. Community's always been number one for this group, but the park is really our big goal, and it's been a lot more work than we were expecting.
Having an Xscapers park.
Yeah, the idea of the Xscapers Park obviously is to take the style that Escapees has always had. We already own campgrounds, and we have places for people to park, call their home throughout the year when they want to come back to their community. So it's taking that idea and bringing it to the Xscapers community to help people that are working on the road and people that come to our events and want to
create
connect
facilities
with others.
that cater to that demographic and what you need as a working RVer, caring to that audience. So we're excited to see where it goes. A lot more it's very conceptual. First goal is to find a piece of land that works.
We have the plans, we have the concept blueprints, but we've met with a lot of counties and places that we have in mind that our members have told us they want to go to. And there's lots of struggles in building from the ground up, which is something that we really want to do. Yeah,
we're kind of set on it. They're like, there's this campground for sale. I'm like, that's not going to work
No,
for
right,
us.
no,
what you want and what you need to do.
Right, exactly.
So, but more events is obviously a very obvious answer. Like,
it's hard to imagine
more community, more people are getting together, connecting, and
can the bash get bigger?
That's the question.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. We're doing a debrief after this to figure out what we're even doing because it's unknown.
It's a
The growth
capacity.
and the demand
It's
is
amazing.
tremendous.
So this event sold out in less than 48 hours cumulatively.
For
Like,
each batch
for all the
that we
batches
said,
combined. It's really crazy.
It is. It's mind-blowing what these guys have done, that we planted this seed together. You guys have nurtured it and grown it into a forest.
It's a redwood now. It's just
it's a little wild. We're just
Look
trying
around
to keep
at all
up
this.
for sure. But we're also, if anybody has ideas, we love them. That's what, again, back in the community.
Absolutely.
And let us know. Let us know what you want.
What are we missing? What can we do better?
Okay.
All right, thank you
That's
guys.
a lot.
So, two more nights of partying.
Yeah, 2 more nights.
And then we
You gotta save yourself for tomorrow night.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
blowout.
Everyone's
Yeah.
resting up tonight.
Yes, we got the
We gotta launch this rave rocket thing.
rave rockets going off.
So,
4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
We create these videos just for fun, and we love having you along for the ride. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, or if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.